coalition's tireless efforts to raise awareness about the Rome Statute and to help strengthen the global system of international criminal justice. In particular, I appreciate the long-standing commitment of Evelyn Serrano to promote the ICC in my region, our region, the Asia Pacific. Whereas almost two-thirds of the world sovereign countries have joined the Rome Statute, in the Asia Pacific, unfortunately, majority of states still remain outside the ICC. This has been a cause of great concern to me as the first Asian president of the ICC. Why then? Perhaps for several reasons. Firstly, no part of the world is immune to atrocities. The Rome Statute is one of the central international mechanisms for the prevention of massive crimes, and Asian countries should embrace it in order to protect their own populations against such act. The Rome Statute is a good insurance policy, and the more countries join it, the more effective it becomes. Secondly, I do not want to see the Asia Pacific falling behind in one of the most rapidly evolving areas of international law. The development of international justice affects us all, and we should make sure Asian countries are fully involved in the decision-making process. Furthermore, our young and talented lawyers and other professionals should have the same opportunities for global engagement as all others. And thirdly, joining the Rome Statute is a powerful statement of commitment to the rule of law and a statement of empathy with the victims of the most atrocious crimes imaginable. Remember that the world is interconnected. Global solidarity and cooperation are not mere words. They are concepts that will shape the future of humanity. And the Asia Pacific must play a strong role in that particular process. How can we increase the involvement of the Asia Pacific in the context of the ICC? The Asian states parties have a lot of responsibility in this regard. I urge all governments present here to raise the ICC issues in their bilateral and multilateral diplomacy with other Asian states, and encourage them to move toward the Rome Statute accession. Of course, we have to respect the sovereign right of every country to decide on accession to a treaty. But at the same time, we should not just sit idly by. We should make it clear the great importance we attach to this particular matter. Technical assistance should be provided or could be provided to those states that are willing to ratify or implement the Rome Statute, but lack the capacity to prepare the necessary legislation for that purpose. In discussions with non-state parties, it is important to address misconceptions. One of the most common fears of governments in our area in particular is that if they join the Rome Statute, the ICC might start investigating crimes of the past, which could expose the current government leaders to accountability. In reality, of course, ratification has no retroactive effect whatsoever. This should be repeated over and over again. Another misconception is that the ICC would start interfering with the normal functioning of the domestic judiciary. In reality, as you know, the principle of complementarity means that we have no right to intervene if the national courts do their job. And in any case, the ICC only deals with the crimes of genocide, crimes against the humanity, war crimes, and possibly with the crime of aggression in the future. The ICC has nothing to do with any other crimes under the general jurisdiction of national court. Finally, it may be useful to recall that the Rome Statute does not deal with a state responsibility. The ICC is a criminal court that only looks at the responsibility of individuals. This also applies to reparation claims made by victims. The ICC has no possibility to order governments to make reparations. Any compensation awards would have to be funded by the accused or from the voluntary donations collected by the trust fund for victims. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, those of us gathered in this room have the potential to make a huge impact in promoting greater involvement of the Asia Pacific in the ICC. Let us pool our forces together and just do it. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Judge Song. As always, the speeches had been short but very effective in terms of relaying the message that we really have to do it now, especially for our region, Asia Pacific. So we would like to open the floor. Our next part is actually perspectives from the region and interventions and discussion from government representatives. We would use this part if you have any questions or clarifications. Let us maximize the presence of the President here. and ask our questions if we have. This could be also the opportunity where some of the countries can have their updates and concerns in their respective countries with regards ratification, implementation, and perhaps share experiences to the other countries that have not ratified.